Hi, I'm Chiara.
And I'm Loren, and we're working as the Invasive Species Management interns at the preserve at Vassar this summer.
Something unique that we tend to see on our preserve is that it tends to have a greater variety of invasive species than other green spaces in the area. Why is that the case?
One big factor is that the preserve is located directly south of Vassar College's campus, which happens to be an active arboretum. Founded in 1865, the Arboretum's purpose has historically been to showcase and study species from around the globe. With hundreds of planted trees and shrubs, it also provides valuable green space in an otherwise urban landscape.
When new species are introduced to our ecosystem, it's hard to tell how they will behave. Building off the work of our previous interns, we don't see invasive species as inherently bad, but as good plants taken out of their context. Without normal balances like natural predators or environmental regulators, some species, including a number of those planted in the Vassar Arboretum, can start to act invasively.
This was the case with Japanese tree lilac, which is considered an emerging invasive in our region. While surveying, we passed by what we thought were just a few planted specimens of tree lilac in the Arboretum. When we looked closer, it turned out that these planted specimens had spread across a naturalized area on campus.
Over the next few days, with the help of the Lower Hudson PRISM's invasive strike force, we treated and removed a population of over 1,500 individuals that completely blanketed the area. A few days later, we found more tree lilacs along a nearby riverbank. Because this creek flows from campus into the preserve, we were concerned that tree lilac seeds would escape the Arboretum and end up on the preserve via our waterways, ultimately establishing monocultures and pushing out native biodiversity.
Now, many non-native species are not invasive at all, and as climate change increasingly affects our landscapes, many non-native species can coexist with native ones to support and strengthen our ecosystems. Likewise, most species in the Arboretum aren't harmful, but its quick rate of introduction of non-native species can be very risky. When we talk about invasive species management, most of the conversation revolves around treating or removing species after they've started spreading. In addition to these responsive measures, land management should also focus on preventative measures by regulating the pathways through which invasive species arrive, such as through arboretums or plant nurseries.
Arboretums need to take careful consideration of the species they plant, especially if they are near a naturalized space or waterway. We believe targeting invasive species at its source involves responsible arboretum management.
We are currently working with our Arboretum Committee to improve policies around managing planted invasives. On the preserve, we hope to improve communication between land managers and Arboretum officials. This involves replacing plants that are behaving invasively and prioritizing planting species that are native or known to cooperate with our native plants and wildlife.
The Vassar Arboretum has some improvements to make before it can be considered a good neighbor to the preserve and other natural areas. Though some of its current practices threaten local biodiversity, the Arboretum has the potential to be a force for ecological good by opting for native plantings that support the larger environment.
We look forward to further collaboration with the Arboretum to help make our preserve a more biodiverse and stable ecosystem. And we hope that other institutions work towards establishing stricter regulations for planting introduced species.
And neighbors. Animals, water, and wind connect your yard with natural areas. Although it may not be visibly spreading across your lawn, invasive species that may be on your yard still have the opportunity to escape and capitalize on resources in nearby ecosystems. By opting to plant natives, you can create new seed sources for these plants to establish themselves in larger, naturalized areas, giving them a slight advantage.
If you live near a park or green space, be conscious of what species you plant, and question what plant sellers and seed mixes advertise. Some plant nurseries may be selling non-native or outright invasive species, so inform yourself.
The Lower Hudson PRISM is meant to be just that resource, so if you know the name of the plant you're purchasing or growing in your yard, find whether it's invasive at their website. Thank you for watching and playing your part in protecting our ecosystem.